Okay, so divide and conquer is another major technique for designing algorithms, and it goes back, of course, to antiquity. This is how you build an empire, right? You take your enemies and you divide them, and then you occupy each one of them separately, right? And then you conquer them you conquer each one in turn, and then you really merge them together into a bigger empire, right? You glue them together. So maybe it really should be divide and conquer and glue, or unify, right? And really, when we speak about divide and conquer, what we really care about is the last, at some level, conceptually, we care about the last stage of this conquering, gluing things together. If you fail to glue things together, then you get, the empire of Alexander the Great, which lasted only during his lifetime and immediately broke into 3 pieces after his death. On the other hand, if you glue things together well, you get the Roman Empire that lasted, almost for a millennia, depending on how you define it exactly. So the conquering and the gluing stage is really important, right? Okay, so the basic idea is that for the algorithmic version, which is less exciting, and also usually does not involve elephant, we have a problem. We break it into smaller problems. Usually they're instances of the same problem, but it's not always so, right? Sometimes you break it into problems that are variant of the original problems. But of course, the important thing is that they are smaller. Then you solve every one of those sub-problems, usually recursively, but not always recursively. And then you put them together, right? You conquer them, you take the solution you get from every piece and you glue them together. You conquer them and you glue them together to get a general solution. And the reason why you usually don't refer it to recursion is because of this gluing stage, which usually requires, makes this algorithm very distinct in nature, or the conquering if you want. So it's really worthy of its own distinct name. Although, you can all refer to it as recursion, it's just that it's not a useful label. Okay. So we will see examples shortly.